You here at 10 o'clock. This upstate woman remains at the Greenville County Detention Center. It's after deputies say she shot and killed her partner on Thursday night on Beatty Street. 33-year-old Deandra James is charged with the murder of 29 Kenoshia Wheeler. Now, the sheriff's office says the two women were arguing before James shot Wheeler. And tonight, Fox Carolina's Alexa Urbach went out to the neighborhood where this happened, where residents say they're still shocked.
On October 2nd, 2025, deputies from the Greenville County Sheriff's Office responded to a home on Beatty Street in Greenville, South Carolina. Inside, Kenoshia Wheeler was found unresponsive. The person responsible for what happened that night was her partner, who had spent 8 years by her side. Just days before, Kenoshia had celebrated her 29th birthday. This is Crime on Buzz. Before we get started, leave a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe so you won't miss out on cases like this. Kenoshia Yvonne Wheeler grew up in Florence, South Carolina. Raised by her parents Gregory and Melissa Wheeler. People who knew her called her Noshia. She had the kind of personality that made people feel comfortable around her without her even trying, because caring about people came naturally to her. Cooking was part of her story from very early on. Her grandmother's kitchen was where it all started. Learning recipes that had been carried through the family for years, understanding that food was about more than just eating. That understanding stayed with her, and as she got older, she decided she wanted to bring that same feeling to people outside her own family. That's how Chef K on Wheels began. Kenoshia built her catering business from scratch, serving weddings, birthday parties, and community events all across the Greenville area. People who hired her remembered the experience long after the event was over. Not just because the food was good, but because Kenoshia had a way of making every person at every table feel like she had cooked specifically for them. The bigger dream she was working toward was a food truck that would take her and her grandmother's recipes from city to city, introducing her cooking to people far beyond Greenville. At 29, that dream was very much alive. Chef K on Wheels was picking up real momentum, and Kenoshia was building the kind of future she had always envisioned for herself. Back in 2017, Kenoshia met Deandra James. Deandra was someone who stood out. Driven, charismatic, always thinking about the next move. She had already built TCD 360 Experience, a family business that handled event services and creative projects. She was also developing a podcast called South Carolina Talk, centered around giving everyday Southern voices a platform, celebrating small businesses, highlighting local success stories, and making sure the South's narrative was told by the people actually living it. The two of them started talking, and those conversations grew into something more. By March 2017, they were a couple. They complemented each other well. Kenoshia was nurturing and community-driven. Deandra was bold and business-minded. They supported each other's work, showed up for each other's events, and shared their relationship openly on social media. Anniversary posts, photos, captions full of love and pride. Their pages read like a timeline of two people genuinely happy to be building a life together. They shared a home on Beatty Street in Greenville County. Neighbors knew them as the two women who were always outside, music playing, grill going, enjoying each other's company. Nothing ever seemed off about them. They reportedly had an ongoing rivalry about belonging to different fan bases. And from everything anyone could see, it was the kind of disagreement that made them laugh rather than argue.
Y'all, don't need to get on Facebook Live. I'm good. Y'all got a cool minute. I'm gonna get my boys ready. Trust me. Ready for next week. Congratulations on one now.
After a few years together, they got engaged. The photos captured a moment of pure, unguarded happiness from both of them. On their 7th anniversary in March 2024, Deandra posted publicly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's year 7 y'all. Happy anniversary to us, Kenoshia Wheeler. Life would be so boring and difficult without you. I'm happy to do this thing called love and life with you. Another milestone accomplished. We are locked and loaded. On their anniversary 1 year later, Kenoshia posted, 8 years later, these wheels are still rolling. Happy 8-year anniversary to us. I love you, boo. Deandra posted her own that same day. Year 8 will be great. Happy anniversary to us. I wouldn't want to do life with nobody else but you. I love you, Kenoshia Wheeler, with all my heart. Cheers to us as we embark on this next phase of our relationship. After 8 years together, they were still going and celebrating each other publicly. On September 17, 2025, Kenoshia turned 29. Her mother posted a birthday tribute, and friends poured into the comments with prayers and well wishes for the year ahead. But Deandra, who had never once let a birthday or milestone pass without saying something publicly, posted nothing. No photo, no message, no acknowledgement at all. Anyone who had followed their relationship over the years noticed that it was completely out of character for someone who had spent 8 years celebrating this woman out loud. Whatever was going on between them wasn't being discussed publicly. There were no police report, no restraining orders, and no documented incidents. They were still living in the same home, still running their respective businesses, but something between them had clearly changed, and they were keeping it between themselves. On the evening of October 2, 2025, the two of them went out to Swagger Bar and Grill, a place they had been to many times before. People who saw them there that night said they seemed fine, relaxed, having drinks, enjoying the evening. There was nothing about their behavior that night that would have made anyone look twice. They left together after 10 p.m. and headed back home to Beatty Street. Once inside, an argument started between them. The details of what was said and how things escalated have not been made public by authorities. What the Greenville County Sheriff's Office confirmed is that the disagreement did escalate, and by around 10:30 p.m., deputies were dispatched to the address after receiving a call reporting a cardiac emergency. When they arrived, they found Kenoshia unresponsive inside the home. She had sustained a serious injury and was pronounced deceased at the scene.
You here at 10 o'clock. This upstate woman remains at the Greenville County Detention Center. It's after deputies say she shot and killed her partner on Thursday night on Beatty Street. 33-year-old Deandra James is charged with the murder of 29 Kenoshia Wheeler. Now, the sheriff's office says the two women were arguing before James shot Wheeler. And tonight, Fox Carolina's Alexa Urbach went out to the neighborhood where this happened, where residents say they're still shocked.
The porch light left on at 1 Beatty Street. A well-loved grill still standing. And bright pink flowers full of life. But inside, no one's home. This once charming house, now the scene of a deadly shooting.
It's a shock, really. It's, right close to us, so very sad.
Sharon Lamont lives down the road from where 29-year-old Kenoshia Wheeler was shot to death. The suspected shooter, her partner, 33-year-old Deandra James. Some people say they saw deputy and ambulance lights until the early morning. But Lamont says she didn't hear anything on Thursday night.
No, not a thing.
This is the house where law enforcement officials say Wheeler was shot and killed at Thursday night. It sits on the corner of a very quiet residential street, and neighbors say nothing like this has ever happened here before.
The sheriff's department, they think we're like a shining diamond in the community. When we first came here, there was a lot of trafficking, drugs involved, drug houses and so forth.
But over the years, Lamont says things have changed.
It's more friendly. A lot of people walk through here.
One neighbor said they saw two women often grilling out at 1 Beatty Street. And while many didn't know Wheeler or James,
I'm really sad to hear that, and I'm sorry it happened.
Deandra James was taken into custody and charged in connection with Kenoshia's passing and possession of a firearm during a violent crime. She was denied bond and transported to the Greenville County Detention Center, where she remains as her case moves toward trial. Kenoshia was laid to rest on October 9, 2025, at AFC Restoration and Deliverance in Olathe, South Carolina. The family asked that people continue to keep them in their prayers. These cases spark conversation for a reason. Be the person to offer help if someone needs it. Trust your instincts and don't ignore warning signs. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one on Crime on Buzz. Thanks for watching.